34. I'm your host, Robert, with my co-host, Memon, aka Hergod, aka Curve God. What the fuck? Yeah, how did we mess up the intro, my G? And we're not restarting this either.
No, we're not. We're live.
Oh, fuck. Blame you.
All right. How you been?
Oh, fam. I'm in a great mood, actually. This podcast isn't going to be very long because of weather conditions, but damn, I feel great.
Yep.
How you feeling, bro?
I am good. I have not watched the second episode of ReZero though.
Oh, well, we weren't even going to touch about anime just because, we don't have the time today. It's just going to be a game-centric podcast, specifically about one game in particular.
What game?
But this won't be like, the episode because neither of us has finished this title.
Our
and also
initial
it's because,
reviews,
we both want to play this certain title, a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's part of also the reason why this podcast is going to be short.
I got to get back to it.
Bruh. Almost have all the mythical attacks already.
Oh, damn. You're way further than me. I didn't get that much time to play it, though.
That's because how many hours did you spend on the road this past weekend?
Yeah, I did go to Richmond. Oh, well, man, dude. It was fun.
Hey, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
All right. You want to just get straight into it? What no, you were going to say?
I was going to ask for your initial thoughts on it.
No, that's gonna be our closer today. We'll close it with that. Let's just get into the the regular stuff. We're gonna skip anime in part because I also didn't watch ReZero episode 2. I watched all the other stuff that I'm following, but there's nothing really that important other than like me saying Rent a Girlfriend episode 2 is fire isn't much of anything, and that I liked Origaru episode 2 more. ReZero is the thing we're breaking down. I doubt anything huge happened. I didn't see it trend, so I think we're safe in not covering it until next week.
Yeah, let's just do 2 episodes next week.
Yeah, we got to do this. Tsushima really deserves its own episode. Like, not even a numbered one. It's just called Tsushima.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we finish it.
Oh, dude, I might be done in a week, but yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. Okay,
Sony making 10. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Sony making 10 million PS5s for 2020 alone. That is, that's a lot, dude. That's a lot of units.
Did you hear that they're limiting to 1 per household?
Yeah, I did see that. I was like, God damn.
How many people are going to get the PS5, though?
That's what I'm thinking, right?
I mean, like, to be honest, every time you hear like people making jokes, it's always PS5. You gonna buy me a PS5? It's never like an Xbox Series X.
Well, first of all, that's a mouthful, and second of all, fuck that shit, bro. What are you gonna play? Halo Infinite? You can play it on Xbox One. Like, there's no real reason to get it.
That's true. That is true.
You get a new console for the new games, and spoiler warning, they're all gonna be available
on PC
on the console you already have. And if you already have, spoiler alert, a Xbox One X, guess what? That can already play games at 4K and 60 frames per second, like Far Cry 6, for example. Which is coming out next year. So what is really the point?
I mean, you can play Far Cry in 4K.
That's what I'm saying. Well, no, you can do that on your Xbox One X right now. It's going to be cheaper.
No. For Far Cry 6.
Yeah.
You can't do that. It's for next gen only. That's what
I heard. Are you sure? No, it's on PS4 and what's it called? It's on PS4 and PS5 and Xbox One. No, it's not next gen exclusive.
No, the 4K version of it, 60 frames.
Oh no, but it said Series X and 1X though. I thought it said.
Did it say 1X? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I only saw.
Pretty sure it said 1X.
Well, y'all can fact check us.
No, I'll fact check this right now. Far Cry 6. Xbox One X.
I mean,
Ubisoft has confirmed that Far Cry 6 4K visuals will be only available on the Xbox One X and Xbox Series X. Fucking knew it.
Xbox One X is the previous one, right? These names are confusing, man.
No, Xbox One X is the super version of like it's their Pro essentially.
Oh, see, man, they gotta get a better naming scheme, man.
Well, because fam, there's 3 Xboxes. There's the Xbox
Why couldn't
One,
they just do Xbox One,
Xbox
Xbox
One
2,
S, and Xbox
3?
One
Like,
X?
come on, why can't they be like Sony? Sony got it down.
Fam, they
1,
fucked
2,
themselves with numbers
3,
after 360,
4.
all right?
At least like keep the 360 numbers going then, like 360, 720. I don't know.
720 is a really stupid name, by the way.
I know, but you know, if you start something, keep it going.
Fam, that's the only reason they called it a 360 was because the code name for the Xbox 360 was Revolution.
Scarlet. Which one's the Scarlet?
That's the Series X.
I can't with Xbox, man.
Look, bro. Look, all right. We're not getting into that rabbit hole today. Basically, they're making a shit ton of that, dude. If they actually expect to move all those units, and that's under like
during Corona
fucking recession, that's insane. Think about that. They're expected to sell 10 million units.
To be fair, people have nothing else to do besides game right now. Yeah, it's hard to get PC parts right now, dude.
I'm aware.
Everyone's trying to stream. Everyone's trying to get into this like gamer scene now. Oh, dude, it's wild now. So I believe it. I believe it. It still bogs me that they're saying, nah, you can have one.
And you don't even get like, fam, you got to make that choice. Is it going to be physical or digital?
Oh yeah, you can't even get both. It's like, damn, come on, Sony.
And I think I'm gonna buy way more games digitally. I started to make that like transition this generation. Really,
I'm still getting the
only for like the big games.
Yeah,
like Miles Morales, I'm getting that physically.
Yeah, I only buy games physically that I like and would like to be able to play whenever I want to.
Well, no, for like the bigger titles, I just like seeing that in like my collection. Like
I like
even though I didn't enjoy the game. Last of Us Part 2, I like the fact that I can put that in like next to one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And having them be next to each other, and that's nice. But that's all it's nice for, really. But we're not talking about that.
It's just aesthetics.
Yes, I like it.
Our $60 aesthetics.
Look, man. Until they started to make digital games cheaper, there's no and the only incentive you have for getting a digital project is because that you don't have to get up to change discs, which is nice. I'm not going to say it isn't. Okay. Nolan's Tenet getting delayed indefinitely. That is a huge deal in my opinion because this was the blockbuster movie that all other movie theaters were essentially it was going to be the benchmark for all other big movies, and the fact that movie has essentially been stated, the fact that it's not coming out this year, I don't think.
I mean, no one's really going to the movies though.
Well, it's because of quarantine.
Yeah, they might as well just release
the movie theater is the definition of a non-essential business.
Definitely.
And they can't afford how much they're bleeding out right now.
Yeah. I mean, they were dying in the first place anyway, man.
Yeah, when Trolls World Tour made all that money digitally, it was over. And it's been over. Anybody with a brain could see it's over.
It's only good for dates. That's it.
But yeah, man, Tenet getting delayed indefinitely is a really, really bad sign that you probably won't watch any movies in movie theaters for probably this year. Just gonna put that out there right now,
dude. I don't even go to movie theaters anymore, dude.
No, but like this is like the only movie. Like if like okay, right? I slept through Sonic the Hedgehog just because of my condition at the time. But that and this movie were the only two movies that I had any interest in seeing whatsoever this year.
I don't even know what this one's about. Nolan's.
And it's a Christopher Nolan movie, bro. I'm a big fan of his. It looks pretty inspired by his previous stuff in Inception.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks very interesting, to say the least. And it looks very complex of a story, which always excites me just because when you have a complex story, you just have to put in so much work. And usually the more work, and if it works, like as in like all of it, everything falls into place. It's just you get something really really special.
Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't, then you're just like, or even if it's I shouldn't say even if it doesn't, but like if you don't, like if you miss some details or something, you can just end up being horribly confused and being like, well, what the point of that was.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, Miles Morales is getting a 4K 60 FPS mode, which is probably how I'm going to be running the game.
I don't care how loud it is or how bad it breaks my PS5. I will play it in that mode.
You know what the funny thing is, Memon?
What?
This is the kinder mode because standard mode juices up the graphics ridiculously. Supposedly.
Whatever.
Because this is like the powered down version.
Wait, then what's standard mode?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be 4K, but like the assets, like I'm assuming they're going to use like the OG PS4 assets.
Jeez, that thunder, dude.
And put that at 4K 60 FPS essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever Miles Morales, I guess for the default stuff, is just too supercharged to be at these settings. I don't think it's going to be in 4K either. I think it's just going to be 1080p 30 FPS, which, from what I've seen of the trailers, that doesn't look. I don't know. I don't know why this is like the powered down version. Whatever.
Whatever, man, dude.
Either way, I'm hyped for Miles Morales.
I don't want to play 4K on my PC, dude.
7 Remake Part 2 is in full development. They say
yes, I love that game. Oh,
up for Game of the Year. We gotta talk about it.
That's me excited, guys. That's how I show excitement.
They mentioned that what's it called? They wanted outlet the moment when they figure out like where to cut off Part 2 is when they want to announce what their full plans are for the 7 Remake as a whole, which gets me excited because I'm like, I want to know how many parts this is going to be. I want to know when relatively to expect everything.
They still have a whole lot, man.
Dude, we only just got out of Midgar.
Dude, do you even think we'll get to the end of disc 1?
Out Part 2? That's a series, probably not. It depends on how much they add, dude. If they add as much as they added in, dude, think of the open world in of itself.
Dude, the fact that they made the church section 3 hours long, that was a 2-minute walk.
And it's not just that, man. It's like developing the cast, like the Turks, of how much more time they're spending with them and making them like they were like kind of goofy like side villains in the original. Mm-hmm. That you just enjoyed like seeing from time to time and like overhearing their conversations. But these guys are like legitimate characters now. So
true.
And that's not even counting like new characters whatsoever, like Roche. He was supposed to be in chapter 14. They mentioned that in an interview, but it didn't happen, and he will be in the sequel. Most likely. Which duh. But yeah, man, I'm eager. Yet at the same time extremely patient on 7 Remake Part 2. Take all the time you need. I'm in no rush whatsoever. You know, just make it as good as Part 1 was.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's as good as Part 1, I'll be pretty satisfied.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I low key expect better.
Also, you know what I'm wondering though? Like, okay, we got Part 1's ending, right? How are they gonna end Part 2? You know what I mean? Because I don't think they're gonna make it to. Well, by the way, we're not gonna spoil anything from like the OG 7 or even like 7 Remake the game.
I mean, if they make it to the end of Part 1, that'll be a great ending scene.
But see, here's the thing. I don't think they're gonna make it to the end of Part 1, and the thing that happens out of the end of Disc 1 that's really dramatic, I don't think is gonna happen at the same point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you, but at the same time,
I think they're gonna move that.
I think that. What's a good ending point then in between that?
But like, think about it. Like, with how big the open world is gonna have to be, and like how detailed all this stuff has to be, I don't think we're gonna make it all the way there.
You're right. Midgar is pretty linear. This is like a I don't know how they're gonna do
This is essentially like a brand new game in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see their plans.
Yeah, because they got to essentially make a little like hub world that could technically be segmented off in a way.
Mm-hmm.
This is where 7 essentially opens up.
Yeah.
And you can essentially just start doing some side quests and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really don't know how they're gonna handle that. That's especially with that much detail. They might tone down the amount of detail in the game.
I think what they might end up doing is do like the 10 route and just make the world not as big, or if it what's it called?
If they decrease the size of the world, it'll make the game feel less spectacular, like the original.
Yeah, I'll just wait and see what they end up doing.
Or they might not put as many quests like in between. I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah, man. But they got time.
They can really do anything at this point, as long as they follow the story.
Yeah, man. Well, not just follow the story, but all the stuff that they've added and these new plot points and everything. Yeah. But before our tongue slip and spoil something, let's talk about Shin Megami Tensei 5 after like 3 years of just being mentioned in like an announcement trailer and not showing up is has gotten a full-on trailer that showed no gameplay, I think. And it said it's coming 2021 worldwide release
to the Switch.
To the Switch exclusively. I'm gonna guess this thing gets pushed back.
I mean, damn, man, all the like Persona fans are like PlayStation fans.
Well, see, fucking hell, and then all the Weatherman.
I mean, Atlas too. Like everyone who plays Atlas games pretty much has a PlayStation.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking, right? Well, Shin Megami Tensei fans and Persona fans don't always connect.
They don't. But I'm just saying, like,
yeah, which is weird because like the spinoff is like demonstrably more popular than like the OG franchise now at this point.
More recently,
also, can I just say right now, like, I know this is gonna come across as really like I guess dumb thing to say, but I hate the way like the MC looks in Shin Megami Tensei 5. It looks like they took
he looks so
like a Persona character model.
It looks like Persona
PS2 days.
It looks like him. Dude, the graphics were so underwhelming in that trailer.
Yeah, that's why I said like people were like, "Yo, it looks so good." I'm like, "Have you seen Persona 5?"
Like that look same studio. It's not the same studio.
Same publisher.
Same publisher.
It's not the same studio.
Same publisher. Like, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't renowned for its graphics in the previous ones, but
which is fucked up because like, fam, like, it's like if you look at it roughly, right? Like, the Persona 5 character models aren't that spectacular, but with how they're animated in its style and how everything moves, it's phenomenal to watch.
And also, anime games have been getting like a standard recently.
Yeah, and like, fam, like the attention to detail is so like fam, him walking through that school looked like the fucking most generic anime shit I've ever seen before in my life.
Dude, I looked at this trailer because I was like, okay, I'm into Persona. Let me see if I'm gonna be into this. And then I was like, no. Now I don't know if that's because it was probably targeted towards the Switch and was showing Switch graphics, and that I know runs at like 720. But I don't know.
In the dock it runs at 1080, but when you take it portably, it can only go 720.
Yeah, so
I don't even think when you take the Switch out of the dock for Shin Megami Tensei 5, it's gonna hit 720. However, I will want to say this: the ending part of the trailer where like he touches that random dude and like I thought that was cool. I thought like the way things were shot looked nice. I just
I,
didn't like the humans. Like I didn't mind the demons.
I wasn't too impressed with any of it, honestly.
I should okay. I just enjoy the cinematography in comparison to
No, the
everything else.
cinematography was actually pretty good. It was just
Yeah.
everything else was underwhelming, and
Well, it's because that told us nothing.
It's
like,
a game.
If I didn't know you control demons in this game, I'd be like, "What are you doing in this game?"
Dude, it's a game, and they didn't really like make you excited to play this game.
Well, I feel like this is one of those things where you're not like I genuinely dislike it when a lot of times franchises I feel like go too hard to expand their audience, and they do it in a way without even like because I feel like sometimes they do it they take their current in like built audience for granted by like ignoring things that were either standard and like forgetting to include them or like not showing them or just not answering these things of like concerns that they might have for like a sequel.
Is this a remaster or
No. This is a brand new game. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a brand new game.
Look like their
By the way,
faces
this
are
is the first
painted
new
on?
numbered Shin Megami Tensei game since 2013.
Why does it look like their faces are painted on PS2 style?
I told you, it looks like Persona 4, Persona 3, but like you put them in HD. Like you added no detail to these character models whatsoever.
It looks like their faces are painted on. God damn. The freaking Trials of Cold Steel looks better than this.
oh no, okay. First of all, I won't let you go that far.
Okay, no, these demons actually look pretty fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say the humans look ugly, the demons and stuff look great.
No, is this the art style that it's always been like? Maybe they're trying
but I don't mind that art style. I don't mind the Persona PS2 art style. I just don't like it when
even
it's
this like main antagonist looking dude. It's like,
is he the antagonist? I thought he was helping.
I don't know. That scene is okay, cool, but whatever.
Either way, I will. This will be the second Shin Megami Tensei game. I will play 5. However, the game that I was actually legitimately excited for, that I heard got announced, is Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, which is coming to PS4 and Switch early 2021. It comes out in 2020 for Japanese audiences only in like October.
Okay, to be fair, I'm looking at 4's freaking thing, and it doesn't look. It wasn't even that spectacular for its time.
But that was locked to the 3DS though.
Alright, let's look at 3 then.
That was probably on the no. That's Nocturne. That was on the PS2.
That was on the PS2.
Oh dang, that's a jump in graphics, huh?
Shin
Megami Tensei Nocturne is considered like
actually,
it's kind of like the Persona 3.
This doesn't look too bad actually. This kind of looks almost as good.
What, Nocturne? Yeah, Nocturne looks great, right?
This doesn't look bad. Actually, the characters' faces don't look like they're painted on.
No.
Yo, wait, hold the fuck up. How they not improve the graphics by that much? It's 2 gen.
Okay, first of all, it's a small studio, right? Also, by the way, this has not been confirmed yet. They better add Dante from the Devil May Cry series in this remaster. Otherwise, this is a failed port if I've ever heard of one.
I'm liking the art style of the 3rd one more than
what Nocturne. Yeah, Nocturne looks great.
Oh my god! Lighting. Okay, first of all, oh my gosh, dude.
And the design is like okay.
They need to fix themselves.
Look, man, just because.
No, I'm mad hating. I'm mad hating. How dare you release something like this in 2020?
Why are you trying to get the entire Shin Megami Tensei fans against us, man? I like the way Nocturne looks.
No, that one looks good. This recent trailer, dude.
Like, in-game. That was a trailer, bro. Like that could have been a rough trailer. Like, I will say this. I don't think it's gonna come out 2021.
Yeah, okay. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, though.
I think the graphics will look better. The MC will look better. I don't think he's gonna look.
I have nothing against his character design. I'm just like the graphics itself, man.
It's the model construction in of itself. Like the design is fine.
It just feels like there's something weird about the face. like you can
It looks
tell
too
that.
lifeless.
Yeah.
It looks like a plastic doll.
Yes, that's what it is. It looks. It looks like. It
You're
looks like an
breaking the
action.
immersion.
It looks like the action figure, dude.
Yeah. Okay, but all right. Let's stop shitting on 5 because we've never played a Shin Megami Tensei game, and let's talk about how awesome this Nocturne port's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, apparently this game is hard as fuck. But it's apparently like by many, it's like it's the game. It's the one. It's the best.
Really?
Yes. And thank God, like Shin Megami Tensei is like Persona in the aspect of the sequels don't connect in any way.
I
So
think I
I'm
like.
very
I
eager
think I
to,
like games that do that more, where the sequels don't connect.
yeah.
I like ones contain stories a lot better.
Yeah, I like the fact that the Japanese do that with like Persona, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, all their big franchises. They don't do that.
It gives you more freedom.
Well, yeah, and it's like you don't feel as ridiculous when you start going into like high numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, okay, yeah, it's not like it's it's in a series where like, oh, you've been with this main character since 1993 and it's 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, fuck, man, how is he not like retired or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I'm stupid excited for Nocturne. I was actually gonna play this on PC.
This actually looks freaking good on PC, dude.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna get the PS4 port. I'm gonna support Atlas on this one, yeah. Especially what's it called after what I did with Persona 3.
How dare you, Robert?
Yeah, okay, whatever.
How dare I did the same thing?
I was gonna say, yeah, you motherfucker. But yeah, oh yeah, man. Like, plus, like, it's the same battle system you fight with demons and everything. I'm with this. I'm very much about this. I'm pretty sure you can control your party members in this game. So it's like, oh yeah, this looks great. Everybody like, it's weird, right? Like when it comes to like the story, like people genuinely love it, but it's like apparently it's kind of like a mind trip kind of thing, which I'm like all for. Any game where like people are like, I really enjoy the story, but I kind of found it difficult to grasp. I'm like, oh man, this is something I can get like lost in. If it's good, sometimes I'll just be like, well, they'll say that, and I'll just be like, nah, it's actually really badly told or written or yada yada yada. But Nocturne is a very old game, and it seems like it stood up the test of time. So I'm very eager to play it myself, and we'll wait for it to come out. You got anything to say, Memon, other than be like, why does Nocturne look better than the new game coming on to HD?
Nope, probably not gonna buy it.
Which one, Nocturne?
Either one.
Wait, really? You're not gonna give Nocturne a chance?
I might.
And you love Persona.
I know I do, but at the same time,
it's not even that long.
I don't know. I have a whole backlist of games. I can't add a whole new series to my list.
Look, man, just give this one.
I'm still on Yakuza 2, man. I still have 4 more of those games to play.
No. You ain't gonna finish Yakuza. It's okay.
Yes, I am, dude. I love that game, dude.
Fan, what about Trails of Cold Steel? What about the new Hitman? What about...
you see these adding up now?
Stop getting lost.
I can't add more. The Tales games, I'm not too interested in that much. I love them, but they're not like a series I'm super into. Like, I can put that all in the back and be like, okay, I'll get to that. But you know, Trial of Cold Steel, I'm playing that. I'm loving it. Hitman, I need to yeah. Okay. And then I don't know, man. There's a lot of games. I still have to play Horizon, dude.
Oh fuck yeah, you got to get on that shit before the sequel comes out.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that PC port.
Oh yeah, it's about to drop.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about something that I was dead on and that I'll mention later is like Ghost of Tsushima is going to be a massive time sink. We'll keep playing it until Zero Dawn comes out. But before we get to that, let's talk about another game Sucker Punch was allegedly making, It's a game called Prophecy. This game leaked today, as of this recording,
Didn't that get
July
canceled?
21st. It's a game called Prophecy, and it's a game it looks like in London or something like that. It looks like some medieval Europe shit, and where you're a guy trying to explore catacombs looking for this amazing treasure. And you can see so much of Tsushima in this game, but it's so weird with a massively different setting and like other abilities like melting iron and armor and all this other stuff. It's very intriguing to look at.
Interesting.
That's all you gotta say is
No, I'm looking at this trailer. This trailer looks fire, dude.
yeah, dude. It's really high produced, right? It's
Yeah, I
like
can see a
I
lot
almost
of
thought it was
I
like,
can see a lot of Tsushima in this. Yeah, the way. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. They're like, okay, we're taking stuff from this game. Yeah, we might have to cancel this. We took too much.
well, the thing is like I don't mind that this game got canceled because while the trailer is very interesting and like I think it's generally well like produced and voice acted, with the exception of this one character who just fucking sucked. One line. This yeah, just this one character who wasn't well voice acted. Uh, I don't see what the main gameplay would be.
I don't understand what this game is about.
No, it mentions in the trailer you're exploring like
I'm not
the
listening to I'm
catacombs.
not listening to the audio.
Yeah, my thing is like it's clearly like they're emphasizing like the construction of these powders and all these other stuff and like how innately useful they are and how creative you can be. I just don't think that would have been as satisfying gameplay loop, especially with like sword gameplay and other stuff. It seemed like a really good idea that probably just didn't fit well as a game and was probably smart to cancel.
I mean, that happens. I'm not surprised, but you can take elements and like incorporate it into a new game or a pre-existing game.
Yes, and speaking of Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima was almost about pirates, the Three Musketeers, and Rob Roy. They debated a long time to decide what Ghost of Tsushima's setting was going to be before they settled on the Mongol invasion of the island of Tsushima.
It's a very interesting topic.
Yes, I actually would be really curious to see what they would have done with like a Three Musketeers game. But I'm really glad they landed on Samurai, dude. Also, I'm just super happy they didn't pick pirates. I'm tired of pirates in video games.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of.
All right, man.
I think it's just interesting that they. Yeah, I think I'm jumping into it a little early, but you know, I think it's interesting that they brought stealth to a samurai game. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, well, all of Sucker Punch's games, with the exception of maybe Rocket Robot on Wheels, which I haven't played on the N64, all had stealth in them.
Infamous had stealth.
Yeah, Infamous had stealth. It even had stealth kills.
Oh yeah, yeah, I guess.
2 and Second Son both had stealth kills. I don't remember if one did. But yeah, there's always elements of stealth in these games. I'm guessing that's just something they've kept since like the Sly Cooper days.
You know, stick to your roots.
Well, not stick to your roots, just something that's like, why not always give the players an option? Like, let's be creative.
Also, sticking to their roots. Ain't nothing wrong with sticking to your roots. You know, if you're good at something.
Let's hear your general thoughts on Ghost of Tsushima. What, like, neither of us have finished Ghost of Tsushima. There will be no story spoilers and little gameplay spoilers. What do you think of the game so far, and how far are you into it?
It's hard to say how far you are into this game because you can like go at different paces in different order.
Correct. The amount of side quests is very plentiful.
It's not even a side quest. The main quest you can do in any order pretty much.
Exactly.
And it's just I love all the mechanics in the game. Like, there's no mechanic I hate. When I start hating a mechanic, you find out there's an upgrade for it, and you're like, oh well, okay, thank you. You ask and you shall receive.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
everything just flows really well. The game is beautiful. Like, one gameplay spoiler is that they have haiku sections. Those are some of the most best sections, honestly, in my opinion. It's just like it's like it's just a feeling of just relaxation. It's like you're going through all this like stupid shit, and then you're like, okay, it's time to calm down and write a haiku. I don't know. I think that's just hilariously funny and like good at the same time.
So appropriate for the setting.
Mm-hmm. And it works.
What?
It does really work, like with everything, and it just makes it feel natural.
What act are you on?
I'm still in chapter 1.
You're still in Act 1?
Yeah.
Okay, let me give. I am in Act 2 of this game. I have reached. I have unlocked a new portion of the island of Tsushima.
I believe
I have unlocked all the battle stances as of literally like 20 minutes ago.
I haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah. What's it called? I have 3 of the 4 mythical attacks, and I'm missing 3 mythical quests, I believe, in total. So I'm missing 2 rewards and 1 more attack from the mythical quests. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is pretty freaking flawless as of right now. I mean, granted, I don't even think I'm halfway through this game, and I'm surprised at like they do really well, like characters you meet as part of the main story and then get side quests for later. Like, I'm very so much engaged to these kinds of things, to the point where something happened where I thought I was locked out of one guy's side quest, and it wasn't. It was just I progressed so far into the story that something happened that I had to do another side quest to re-up an area. So that guy's side quest came back, and like, fam, I was so happy. I was like, oh, thank God. I'm so glad I didn't lock myself out of a side quest because I progressed the story before doing a side quest. And I'm like, thank God. Like, this is great, dude. If anything, like it doesn't have, I haven't gotten to the point yet where it's kind of like Witcher, where it's like there's just too much shit, or Fallout, where there's just like too much shit, or I just don't care. Like, yeah, dude. And like all like the smaller stuff, they make sure it's smaller stuff. Like, you don't spend nearly as time with it. Yet I'll just call them partner side quests. The one that you actually deal with characters you interact with the main story. Like, they do a lot to explain what's concerning the character, why, what's the origin of the relationship, if there is any, and so on and so forth. And you usually end up doing more interesting stuff than like the main stuff. Obviously, you go to like the simple, like the classic gameplay loop of attack enemies, but like seeing like the way like these characters interact when you go ghost and all these other stuff, it's like awesome to see and everything. And you're exposed to newer characters and everything, some of which in like other gameplay in like side quest paths that are important to that particular character and everything. And it's like, damn, it's good. And like, fam, the mythical quest, when you get these like legendary moves and everything, oh dude, it's so fucking satisfying.
Can we talk about the boss battles? They're so well done, dude.
Dude, it's so cinematically well done too.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
and it's like
the fucking tension when like they do like the side by side camera looks, and like just like the foliage in the background of like the trees like rustling and the wind blowing. It's like, fuck, dude, I'm tense.
Dude, sometimes I like stop like in the middle of in the middle of doing stuff and just like pull out the camera mode. I never pull out the camera mode in a game.
Dude, I was actually really fucking pissed off that you couldn't like save photos instantly to your PS4. Like, you have to do the share mode to take photos.
Really? What?
Yeah.
It doesn't save it to your PS4?
No. I think it does, but what's it called? In like some photo modes, right?
Oh yeah.
it'll just give you the option like to take it like with the X button or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically, you have to open up share mode.
I see.
And I was like, I'm not gonna go through that, but like, fam, I've so many times just like stopped and like open photo mode.
I mean, the game is pretty. It's really pretty.
No. This game is so great aesthetically with open world design and open world structure.
Graphically, it's not even that impressive. It's just pretty.
Yeah, I couldn't say
it's
it,
pretty.
I couldn't say it's like leaps and bounds. I don't even think it's not more impressive than like Last of Us Part 2.
I mean, the cutscenes and the gameplay are not seamless. They're just not. I mean,
there's a lot of like black screens. Yeah. However, I will say this. Remember, Memon, what's it called? I don't remember if we said this on the podcast or not, but I said like, fam, they were like shitting on people with like how fast these loading screens are. Fam, the loading screens are practically instant.
Yeah, sometimes they don't give me enough time. Like when you die in a fight, and they like put you back into the fight, and I'm like, okay, it's loading, and then it's like, whatcha? I'm like, oh no, damn it, that was too fast. I wasn't ready.
Like, bruh. Also, I will say that the surprise boss. I shouldn't say surprise boss because but like, bruh, like, Act 1 in particular with how it ended was like really like, wow, I didn't see that coming, and like. Just the difficulty, like the satisfaction of that, like it's so.
You're playing on hard,
right? It's so solid to me.
You're playing on hard?
I'm playing this game on hard, by the way.
I'm playing it on
I love
medium.
the fact I get flanked by multiple enemies, yet I don't ever feel overwhelmed or anything.
No, the pairing system is pretty much as good as Sekiro, like, and that was perfect parry system. It's almost as good as that.
I love the combo system. I love the fact that they didn't overdo it. They were like very reserved. They gave it a couple combos, yet gave you multiple styles. So, while you might redoing the same,
their styles kind of remind me of Neo, that Dark Souls spin-off game.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were inspired by it whatsoever. But I like the fact of like they don't. Why I love the fact that Devil May Cry makes you memorize all these button presses. It is kind of intimidating to like some players, so you don't have to to do a lot of cool animations and stuff. You don't have to memorize complex button presses or anything. All you have to do is just switch styles essentially, and you get cool animations and everything. Not to mention you have the mythical attacks, which are awesome.
And can I say they don't feel out of place in combat? I was very worried that it'll feel like weird to do, but no, it actually kind of works with the game and how
it is such a good
it doesn't seem way too much
like using resolve for health. It's so like, well, I have this awesome attack that I want to use, but if I do use it, I can't heal.
Yeah, and so they do a good job of giving you resolve. Like it's not too hard to get more, so it makes the gameplay more fluid. It doesn't force you to like act scared and scamper back and not like fight like a samurai.
Well, that's where I think the standoff is such a genius idea in the aspect of it. It gives you like 4 resolve bars if you successfully win it.
Dude, and it's the standoff.
It gets so much harder, by the way, as you what's it called? As you progress through the game, because they take longer, and it's like, fam, I feel like I'm actually in like a Mexican shootout kind of thing. And resolve can be upgraded to where, what's it called?
You can attack
another person's gonna come at you, so you can't instantly just swing. Otherwise, you're gonna get blasted. But you get another standoff, so you get more chance to max out your resolve bar and instant kill an enemy. Also, by the way, this is one spoiler, but I think it's so important that if you want to get the stances as quickly as possible, so I'll just mention it. Try to observe leaders as much as possible. The game does not emphasize that as much. If you go in and are caught in like any place where there's a leader, you can't observe that leader anymore. So you should find where the leader is, observe them. That gives you a point to unlock your next stance. And then once you kill that leader, you get another point for killing them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found
So
that out
observe
recently.
leaders if and when possible.
It does not tell you that at all. It says, remember to observe and attack leaders. I'm like, oh, what's observe?
Well, like that's the thing. Like, and once you have to get close, but without being seen, obviously. And then you just hold the R2 button, and then it's like, oh, like fam. When
My
I
main
observed the
issue
leader for
is
the first time, and I saw like a bar went down, I was like, fam, if I knew that, I would have been observing leaders from the beginning of the game.
right, and also like they put the standoff thing like it's a button prompt, and it's always so tempting to just press it and like go in instead of stealth doing it. It's like, oh, dude, they really trying to like emphasize that you're a samurai and this is what you do, and it's so good, man. I'm
Well,
like, damn,
it's the
stealth.
risk reward thing with it as well. Like, are you low on resolve and possibly health? Do you want to do this? Get caught, be honorable, but deal with this onslaught of enemies.
Mm-hmm.
It's making meaningful choices.
I'm also
And
glad they didn't put like an honor bar or like any kind of like honor system in it. That would have like, uh, I wouldn't have liked
that's
that.
I will
And they could have easily done it. They know how to do it with Infamous.
yeah, they were thinking about doing that, and they ultimately removed it. And I think that's probably the best thing, gameplay wise. I agree that they should have taken out because there are
It would
first
have
of all
made stealth feel like
there are certain
punishment.
gameplay sections where you have to be you can't do it honorably. You have to do it without being seen.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, you would have essentially either had to get lesser
Or break immersion.
you'd have to lose honor points for doing certain quests and things, or like they just wouldn't have affected the bar, in which case it's a big like what the fuck.
The point of this bar.
Yeah. Also, just like fam, like I just think it's so much more meaningful. Like when you do like certain ghost things, and then you'll just get flashbacks about like honor, integrity, values, and it's like fuck. I feel bad for doing this, but it's so like satisfying to do. Like there like it's technically quote unquote it's probably easier to play the game stealthier and more like cowardish in a way. Like stealthily taking out enemies.
It kind
And
of
in a
is.
way it's kind of satisfying, dude. Like when you're with a bow. Like also, by the way, this game has multiple weapons and it's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah,
I love all the
so
weapons.
great, so great, so great, so great. I haven't unlocked all the weapons, but
like the way this game like just stacks out like abilities for your character to have and use.
It's like this
and
game.
While not many of them have depth, they all have their own specific uses and functions that you feel like you're just like have this ridiculous like armament of like amazing tools at your disposal for the specific situation. Like I've never like you face some like intimidating foes in Tsushima, but I've never once felt like outgunned.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, this guy is like the definition of a roadblock. Like I'm essentially gonna have to win, but like not really win. Like you know, like those like strategies of essentially like wait for him to show like that one easy weakness to exploit, hit it, and then run away.
Yeah, no, there's none of that.
There's never like that anything like Tsushima, and it so easily could be like they could easily put like a tank of a boss, like have him take no health, like take no stagger. But
all the leaders are like they're intimidating, but they're also like completely doable. Like,
and they're all affected by normal attacks. Like,
oh god,
like there's a certain weapon
they
you
don't
get.
break immersion with it. Sometimes I kill a leader and I didn't realize it was a leader.
Yeah, and the only thing that a leader can survive that no other regular enemy can survive is an assassination attack, and even then it doesn't even say assassination. It says critical strike.
Yeah, critical strike or weaken or something like that. Yeah,
which dramatically reduces his health bar. I think it takes it down by like half or something.
I mean, all these mechanics and all these story elements that like tie into the mechanics are really well integrated in the story. I don't know, I just love the game right now.
Yeah, this to me, like this game is so much what it means to be a game. It's like if I were to describe Tsushima in like just a few words, it'd be making meaningful choices. Everything I feel like I do in Tsushima is important, yet it's different from how someone else plays it.
I feel like they.
From the gear that I use, from what's it called, the quests that I do, in the what order that I do them, if I do them at all, versus like how I'm doing like the main story quests and how I even interact and engage with that. And what stances am I going to choose? Am I going to make it difficult? Am I more comfortable? Am I more leveled up in a different stance? Am I going to play it ghost or am I going to play it with samurai? Am I going to go for parry or am I going to go for dodges? Like it's all about that. Like this entire game system is built on making meaningful choices that are going to differ side by a little bit from somebody else's, and it just makes the game feel so alive. And yeah, dude, like this is my shit. Like um this is probably gonna be like my game of the year for me. Like there are a couple of times where like I'll be fighting and like sometimes the camera will be like cut away and like will pan in a weird way where it's tough to see like how my enemy's gonna strike. But again, like you have a dodge roll. That can pretty much like save you from anything. Like everything that I can conceivably complain about, like there's a workaround in the game. Very easily. Like like I said, my biggest complaint is like sometimes the camera will cut when you're parrying and stuff very cinematically, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't really see how my
Sometimes,
enemy's gonna attack or if it's an
yeah.
unblockable. But
Sometimes the
again,
camera like gets behind like a tree or something, and you can't see what's happening on screen.
yes,
That's one of my small gripes with the gameplay.
yes, I completely agree. That's an issue. However, you can roll
Yeah,
away from the
yeah.
enemy, and he can't hit you. The only person who could conceivably hit you at that moment is archers. And what's it called? You get an ability in this game that it makes archers essentially worthless because you can block arrows. You don't even have to parry them. You block them. If you just hold L1, they can't hit you. They can't hurt you.
Yes.
So, and generally you only have that issue when you're going one-on-one with enemies, essentially, especially with the
Mm-hmm.
bigger ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you roll out, like they can't hit you. So it's like, and by the time you roll away, the camera resets.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, like there like there's issues, but like there's nothing like there's almost a conceivable like solution to all of these things. Even if like yes, they could have made the camera a bit better, but it's like okay, if you do this, then like that's not really an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Like man, like it's so good. Like
It's like they
like I said,
took.
I'm not very deep into the main story. Like I'm in the second island, but I've only done uh I shouldn't say the second island, but like, so I think it's technically all one big island. But I'm in the second act, and I've only done one main story mission of the second act. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, man, like it just feels right. Like everything feels great. Like this is a special title, man. And like, granted, there's so much to be obviously said for the story. Uh, there hasn't, what's it called? I wouldn't say nothing's happened, but it's what's it called? It's very much taking at its own pace, and it's like you choose when to like progress the main story. So it's essentially at your own pace of how fast you want things to progress, which I like because it gives
Mm-hmm.
players the option like how powerful do you want to be? Do you want to be underpowered? Do you want to be overpowered? And even like if you decide to go like the overpowered route, since they lock moves and abilities through upgrade points, you can still have like you can be like, yo, I want to do all these cool side quests and stuff, but I don't necessarily want to like improve my character. I like how things are right now with difficulty, so you don't even
Mm-hmm.
have to do that. Like you can keep your character at its kind of like base level essentially for the entirety of the game. The only things you have to do is that you have to like get the ghost weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like all the cool stuff like mythical attacks and weapons and
All that is
everything,
optional.
that's optional. You don't have to do
You
that.
don't have to get any of that, but you know you
Or
want to.
like any of the what's it called? I think the game only makes you get one or two. I think one or two armors and everything. But even then, like those are like yeah, like even figuring out what armor you want to wear since all of them have like different abilities and for different styles and everything. Like
Oh. And the way they lead you to the side quests is pretty ingenious and fun, actually. Those golden birds.
Oh hell yeah, dude! And the wind as a GPS.
Dude, the wind as a GPS is the best game mechanic I've seen in years, dude.
And it's the fact that it's your dad's spirit, like, oh, bruh.
Dude, first of all, the swipe gesture for it.
Yes.
So good, so good. That's the best way to use a trackpad.
Dude, it's the only thing I've ever enjoyed using the trackpad for. You know what? It might have taken them.
And the shooting the sword with the swipe too. Oh my god, dude!
They finally used the trackpad for something like, because I didn't like using the trackpad in Second Son when like you have to use it like to tag like for graffiti. I don't like it.
That was annoying.
This game I fucking like it. It took them 6 years, but they're like, you know what? One game is gonna use this trackpad. Well, it's gonna be us. God damn it, we're not giving up.
And the fact they use the trackpad like press as a like listening mode or whatever shit.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good too. It takes away like the other buttons from being that specific thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just good. Like all the controls are well mapped. I have no complaints with it.
Oh yeah, and how the character moves and feels.
My only issue is sometimes like because it's a swipe motion on the trackpad, and I play my controller weird. I use like the middle of my thumb instead of my actual thumb to do it. I kind of swipe things by accident, but.
Oh yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna happen to anything. Like, there's been mad times where I was like, I just sheathed my sword.
Yeah, dude, I keep sheathing my sword. I'm like, no, I'm in the middle of battle. Don't do that.
Dude, do you know how many times where I got into like the bow animation
in the middle? Like,
bro, why'd they even put that in?
It's like, yo, wait, hold on, I gotta honor you, my friend. Bow in the middle of battle and get slashed.
No, it's really bad when you're trying to be stealthy and you accidentally hit it when you're trying to like initiate listening mode. Oh, bruh.
Oh no, the worst is starting to play the flute while in stealth mode.
Oh, bruh. I didn't even know that was allowed.
It was so funny, dude. Alerted everybody.
Oh yeah, but man, like the littlest we would like, I couldn't even talk about right now as a story, but like everything's so phenomenal, dude. Like,
I think this game deserves
the visuals, the art style.
Yeah, dude.
The photo mode.
Once we are done with this game, it is getting its own pod. It is getting its own pod.
Man, like,
it deserves it. We're going.
Tsushima's really carrying Sony on its back, fam.
Well, not entirely, but you know, it's repairing. It's repairing it.
No, fam. This this wiped out all the bad taste that I had.
Yeah, the game that must not be named.
Yeah, like, fam. Like, all my nervousness and anxiousness about like future Sony titles just wiped. It's like, fam, Tsushima's so much fun, and I'm so glad to see it get like such a good user score.
After the game that can't be named, I did not want to buy a PS5. Now I do.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but I was very disappointed about like where Sony AAA exclusives were going.
You know, but this is how you do quality control, man.
And you know, I said this to Memon over the weekend, like I want to say Friday or Saturday. I was like, you know, if the PS4 is probably going to be defined by 3 games, those being I was about to say Uncharted, Horizon, Spider-Man, and God of War. And I said, I think Tsushima is going to make a push to be the 4th in that trilogy, where I would probably put God of War above the number 1 by ever so slightly, and depending on what day it was, I would say Horizon or Spider-Man would be 2nd or 3rd of like the games of the generation for me. And not counting stuff like 7 Remake or Persona 5 Royal in terms of like Sony games or exclusive, just because I feel like those are a little bit different.
I kind of feel like this game is a little bit more enjoyable to play than 7, because 7 just has a huge learning curve.
Well, I think 7 Remake is kind of cheating because it's a legendary game that's being remade.
I mean, I'm just talking about the gameplay wise of the 7 Remake. Like,
oh yeah, gameplay wise. Well, the thing
it has a huge.
I love 7's gameplay, but like aerial enemies were a pain in the ass. I said aerial combat was a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, definitely. there was something about 7 remake gameplay that didn't feel as smooth.
Oh, it didn't click with you. I love 7
No,
remakes
no, no, no,
gameplay.
no. No. I love it. It was good. It just had some. There was just the factor of the I don't know. The AP bar was just like kind of limiting, and it made it a little less fun. If you understand.
No, I get what you're saying. I personally.
I mean, I like the restriction. It makes it more challenging, but it made it a little less fun. Tsushima. This game is just like, nah, we're here to have fun, and that's it.
Oh yeah, we should also mention that Tsushima is like I'm playing it on hard right now. It is definitely probably Sucker Punch's hardest game, but you won't be pulling your hair out playing this game.
It's hard. It's Sucker Punch's
very
most skill-based game. Infamous and Sly Cooper were not skill-based. It was just mindless fun.
And well, yeah, like
you can still
like,
sense that
mind time playing this game. Like you're gonna feel like a samurai. You're gonna love all these cool abilities. You're gonna like like Tsushima is the game where it does all these like cinematic story like cutscenes and everything, and yet at the same time you can light your sword on fire.
Oh yeah, the sword on fire ability.
Fam, I don't have that ability either, but you can see it in the menu.
Oh yeah, that's another great part of Tsushima. It tells you what mission gives you what abilities.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! And like, fam, it tells you what the ability does.
You can pick and choose and like go about your day, like be like, yo, I want to do this first. I want to get this first. Like, it's so good.
Like Tsushima gives you a discernible choice from the very beginning, from where you get 2 quests. Do you want to get the like one gives you the ability for the assassination technique, the other one gives you the longbow. Which one do you want first? I went for assassination. Memon went for longbow.
I went for the longbow. I need that before.
Or I should say short bow, half bow.
Yeah, half bow. Yeah, whatever. It's a bow.
Yeah, the bow.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I made a stupid purchase. This game made me want to buy a bow and arrow.
Did you actually?
I bought a bow and arrow.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 34 of Some Bad Decisions. I've been your host, Robert. That has been my co-host, Memon, aka Hurt God, aka Curve God, and we are signing out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for having us for episode 34. When we finish Tsushima, we will get its own episode and everything. I swear to God. Also, anime's coming back next week. We promise.
I keep
anything left to add, Memon?
I keep making bad decisions.
Peace.
See ya.